Coronation Street fans do not have much longer to wait before Theo's killer is finally revealed in the ITV soap, but many viewers are already convinced they know who is responsible. Soap fans often prove to be just as skilled as professional detectives when it comes to predicting future storylines, and that has certainly been the case with Coronation Street's latest murder mystery. Viewers of the long-running ITV drama set in Salford will know that DS Lisa Connor Swain and DC Kit Green have spent several weeks attempting to uncover who was responsible for the death of Theo Silverton after his shocking demise in April. The builder was discovered dead shortly after his abusive behavior was exposed, bringing an end to the 13 months of psychological and physical torment he inflicted on his partner, Todd Grimshaw. Betsy Swain made the grim discovery of Theo's body on the evening of her mother Lisa Swain's wedding to Carla Connor. The storyline followed scenes shown in February that jumped ahead to April, where Betsy was seen being questioned by police after finding the body of someone she knew. At that stage, viewers learned that the deceased could be Theo, Carl Webster, Jody Ramsey, Megan Walsh, or Maggie Driscoll. A week after the wedding episodes aired, it was finally confirmed that Theo had been killed. The revelation came after he attempted to harass Todd one final time. Since then, his death has sparked a major murder investigation, with Coronation Street naming Todd, George Shuttleworth, Summer Spellman, Christina Boyd, Gary Windass, and Danielle Silverton as possible suspects. Although Summer was eventually charged with the crime, the case took another turn when Tyrone Dobbs admitted to police that he had seen her on the night Theo died, and that Theo was still alive when she left the flat he shared with Todd. This development reopened the investigation completely, leaving the true culprit unknown. However, the answer is now close to being revealed. Next week, viewers will be invited to witness a dramatic dinner party on the cobbles, where hidden secrets come to light and shocking truths emerge. By the conclusion of the evening, fans will finally discover who killed Theo through a series of flashbacks, revisiting the night his body was found in April. The special hour-long episode will air on Monday, June 22nd, and promises to expose long-buried lies while finally solving the murder mystery. Ahead of the highly anticipated reveal, the Manchester Evening News has repeatedly asked Coronation Street fans for their theories about Theo's killer, and the latest poll results have produced a clear picture. Based on the votes cast so far, Todd and George appear to have little support as suspects, receiving only 3% and 2% of the vote, respectively. Despite no longer facing charges, Summer still has support from 10% of fans who believe she could be guilty. She shares that figure with both Christina and Gary. Danielle, however, stands out among the officially named suspects. Theo's former wife has emerged as the favorite culprit among 23% of poll participants. Even so, many viewers clearly believe a surprise twist is still coming. The poll option labeled Someone Else has attracted an impressive 42% of the total vote. Alternative names suggested by fans on social media include Sarah Platt, due to her secretive interactions with Gary, and Theo's son Miles, whose suspicious return to Weatherfield occurred shortly before his father's death. As previously revealed, the truth will unfold through a combination of dramatic flashback sequences and tense scenes from a dinner gathering. Coronation Street has already teased further details about the episode, which begins in Sarah and Kit Green's apartment. The aftermath of a disastrous dinner party is immediately visible, with shattered glass, an overturned chair, and blood stains across the tablecloth. The story then rewinds to earlier events, showing Kit discovering that Sarah has invited Todd and Summer over for dinner before deciding to add Gary and his wife Maria to the guest list. Fans will already know that Sarah and Gary have been concealing something for weeks, leading Maria to suspect that the pair have become romantically involved. As the evening progresses, tensions boil over and the gathering descends into complete disorder. Broken glass, heated confrontations, and explosive accusations quickly take center stage. Maria Connor takes the opportunity to confront her husband Gary directly, accusing him and Sarah of having an affair. The accusation leaves everyone stunned, and a dramatic sequence of flashbacks gradually exposes a web of deception and secrets. Yet one major question remains unanswered. How does the dinner party end with blood splashed across the table? Maria publicly accuses Gary and Sarah of an affair in dramatic Coronation Street scenes. If there's one place to confront your husband over suspected infidelity, Maria Connor clearly believes it's at a Coronation Street dinner party, and judging by the drama that unfolds, she certainly doesn't hold back. The evening is supposed to be a simple gathering hosted by Sarah Platt and Kit Green, who invite several people connected to Theo Silverton's murder investigation over for dinner. Instead, it quickly becomes an explosive showdown filled with accusations and revelations. Maria has every reason to feel uneasy. Recently, her husband Gary Windis has been spending a lot of time with his former partner Sarah, and he has repeatedly jumped to her defense whenever Maria has criticized her. His behavior has done little to ease Maria's growing concerns. Looking back to the night Theo was killed, Gary already appears to be one of the most suspicious figures in the investigation. Unlike many of the other suspects, he has a history of taking extreme action against people he sees as threats. Once he learned that Theo had been abusing Todd Grimshaw, Gary's anger was impossible to ignore, especially after he destroyed Theo's van with a sledgehammer. Adding to the mystery, Maria provided Gary with a false alibi during the police investigation. However, that story was weakened when he was spotted in the background of a selfie taken by Sally and Tim Metcalf during Lisa and Carla's wedding celebrations. Detective Kit Green remains convinced that Gary is concealing important information, and several recent events suggest he may be right. Complicating matters further is Kit's relationship with Sarah, who also happens to be Gary's ex-girlfriend. The pair have appeared increasingly close in recent weeks, particularly after Sarah was violently attacked by Jody Ramsey and needed support. Both Gary and Sarah have histories of being unfaithful in relationships, leading some residents to wonder whether old feelings have resurfaced. If the former couple have secretly rekindled their romance, it could explain some of Gary's suspicious behavior and the gaps in his movements on the night Theo died. Whatever the truth may be, Maria's doubts continue to grow. Before long, those suspicions erupt in spectacular fashion during a dinner party that nobody is likely to forget. The episode opens with a glimpse of the aftermath. Sarah and Kit's flat is in disarray, with broken glass scattered around, a chair lying overturned, and blood splashed across a tablecloth. The scene immediately raises questions about what happened during the gathering. Earlier that day, Kit reminds Sarah about their planned evening together and suggests they go shopping for food at lunchtime. When Sarah later cancels the outing by text message, Brody jokingly suggests she has found something more interesting to do. Maria overhears the conversation and begins to wonder if something is going on. Coronation Street airs on ITV1 on weekday evenings at 8:30 p.m. and is also available to stream on ITVX.